Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anime Masters of the Apocalypse Anime Talk. I am the musician of the forest, Mess, and with me is. Hold on, I think I have to remember who is with me today. Right, I have Hardcore Anne. Say hello, Anne.
Hi.
Also with me is Calamity Vladdy. Say hello, Vladdy.
Hey, hello, buddies. If you fuck me over, I'm gonna blast some bolts into your heart.
Terrible southern
Why?
accent. But regardless, we're here to talk about the anime Magical Girl Racing Project. And Vlad, you're the one who chose this anime, so you will have to give a very short summary of what it's about.
It's about this game, this magical girl game. Um, our protagonist plays this game, and it is rumored that if you play this game, you have the chance to become a real life magical girl. And there's this rumor around the world, around Japan, that magical girls are real. One day she gets the this creature Farf, the what is it called?
Mascot.
The game, the controller of the game,
Hmm.
the yeah,
Host?
the what?
Host?
The host of game, yeah. The host of the game appears from her phone and gives her the chance to become a magical girl, and she takes the offer. Um, a little bit into a few days after she has become a magical girl, Faf tells her that she can meet other real magical girls, and she gets a tutor, a yeah, another magical girl that will tell her how to work or how to act like a magical girl, and she and her becomes partners. A little bit after that, Farf gathers all the magical girls and tells them that they need to reduce the numbers of magical girls, um, because the magic in the area isn't enough. That that is a lie. We found out. We find out later on. Because the whole scheme is because Farf wants magical girls in a real magical girl world. Um, and some magical girls gets the chance either after they either the last one surviving, or they have killed everyone else. They get the chance to become a real magical girl in another world, or they becomes the new, what is it called? What is Farf calling the master? And will plan out how the next death game will be made or something. So yeah, that's what I summarize how I would summarize it.
Okay, it was supposed to be a short summary, but I guess it
Oh,
works. So, yeah. And now each of you will give your short, Vlad, short opinions about the show. Anne, what do you think?
It's not really my thing. I mean it's fine. It's just I don't know. I felt like a lot of the small plots were just given up on.
Mm-hmm.
Like like at first I thought that it was also going to be about her, the main character, how she managed to be a superhero at night, and then have a normal life during the day. But it was as if they had completely forgotten about the characters they introduced in the beginning, which I thought was a little bit odd. Um, but yeah,
All
Take
right,
it.
and Vlad, what do you think?
Uh, it was okay. It it wasn't it it wasn't something it didn't surprise me that much. But again, I think I went into it thinking it would be um it would be the next what is that
Madoka
other
Magica?
anime?
Is that?
Yeah, Madoka Magica thing, but I think we're gonna talk about that later that they introduced the villain very early, so I was the
Hmm.
plot was laid out a bit too fast for my taste, but
Hmm.
other than that, it was fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fine.
Yeah, and personally, I actually really like this anime. I think it's a ton of fun. But it should also be said that I'm watching it with a different viewpoint since this is actually based on some light novels, and I'm reading the light novels. So, like, I know that the overall plot is a lot bigger than just what they show in in the anime proper. So I'm
Hmm.
watching it. I think when I'm watching it, I'm kind of watching it with a different mindset
Hmm.
because all of season one that we just watched is actually just one book, and there's like 8 books now, I think. So
Ah,
yeah. So, but yeah, I really liked it. And should we move on to character
yeah.
analysis?
Yes.
All right. First off is Snow White, the main character. And if I have to start, then I would say that I actually really like Snow White because she's. Um, actually, I like main characters who are they're doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Like she's helping people because she believes that's what a magical girl should do, and that's what she likes to do. And that's something that tend to resonate with me when it comes to characters. So
Hmm.
yeah, what do you
Yeah.
guys think?
She's very vanilla. She's very vanilla ice cream.
Well,
Yes.
she is white, so
Yeah,
it's her name.
it's yeah.
Did you guys
Again,
think that it was a little bit weird that, the way they got their nickname is because they chose it themselves in the game? I was just thinking, like, when they showed that it's because they chose it, I was just thinking, like, it's so lucky that this isn't a thing in real life because it would just be like Fat Man 69 walking around as a magical girl, you know?
Yeah,
hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
really
that
horrible names.
well, I hopefully think that when the magical kingdom chooses people to become magical girls, they try to avoid people who would have weird names. I assume so
So, so
anyway. Mm. But yeah,
I understand why they chose a character the with that trait to be the protagonist because she drives the plot forward and she's she's the she's she's the ultimate good in this plot.
but
yeah.
I don't think she really drives the plot forward.
Ah, yeah, you're
She
right.
doesn't
She actually
do
doesn't
much.
do much. Yeah,
Yeah,
No, yeah.
like the ones
She
driving the
reacts.
plot forward is more like the
she
villains,
does.
and then there's the ones like Rippled actually does more. Then Swim and Ruler,
Yeah, but
Calamity
it's kind
Mary,
of
those guys.
like Snow White. She just observes everything because she's the new one. She's the newbie in this world.
But I
It's
also
like
think
she's
like
there instead of
mm,
us in a way.
yeah, but I also think like the reason why Snow White is the one who ends up really winning the game at the end is because she kept on being true to herself and kept on being this righteous magical girl. Like I think a big part of the series itself is like is is like what is a real magical girl? What how should a real magical girl act? And the others they kept on acting for like selfish and doing bad things.
Yeah,
But she's
like
the only one doing like from the beginning to end kept on being
yeah.
good. So
But I will say though, there was some of the other characters that were really good, like the dream girl. Like she was a very good person. She was just, you know, dreaming instead of living.
Yeah, but the thing with her is that I agree that she was actually a good person, but she was also a person who apparently she was what they in Japanese call a neat, which means that
Oh.
she was just living at home and not doing any work, not doing any studying,
Like really
just
lazy.
yeah, which
Oh.
is in Japanese society is looked down upon. So
Mm.
Hmm.
and actually, if you read the novels, you figure out that she didn't actually die.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, she became one with the dream world, so now she's a dream guardian.
oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, she's the only one who I can come up with that revelation. So don't worry.
Oh.
Mm.
The rest who died did die. Yeah.
Oh, so like the dog girl actually got her
In the
throat
novels, she
cut
got
open.
goddamn decapitated.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They actually toned down some of the deaths in the anime.
Oh.
So so returning to Snow White, one thing that I think is important to mention is that this entire first season of the anime is actually more or less Snow White's origin story. Like her character really starts afterwards, where she becomes like a vigilante, and she becomes the magical girl hunter, goes around the world hunting rogue magical girls. So
Damn.
yeah, that's actually really cool. So everything that's
All right.
so the best things about Snow White you actually first see after everything that's happened here, and her life keeps on getting worse in the future.
That's all good.
Yeah. So though it should be said, it ends up worse for Rebel in the future.
Damn.
Fate worse than death is all I can say.
Oh. What? Bad for Rebel.
Yes.
But she died, right?
No, she didn't. She survived. The
Damn.
ninja girl, she survived. I mean, she lost an arm and an eye, but she
Oh
survived.
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Now I remember.
Should we move on to Rebel now that I just brought
Yeah,
her up?
yeah.
Okay,
Now that
Ninja
you
Girl.
brought her up.
I think she has one of the better backstories actually out of all those we got. Or
Was
what?
that the one with the stepdad?
Yeah,
Mm.
like I understand why she's kind of in a always in a bad mood when I see her home life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like she's got nothing to be happy about.
yeah,
And then it's a great contrast that she's always around with Top Speed, who's like full of
Yeah.
like
Bumble of joy.
yeah, basically, and she's just happy to be alive. So they make a nice contrast, I think.
Mm.
yeah.
Do you anyone want to say something about Ripple?
I don't know. I'm just maybe just a little bit tired of sexy anime ninja girls. Just a bit.
Yeah,
To be
It's
fair, that
just
is a very popular trope in anime. So
yeah,
you will get to
yeah,
see
yeah,
that a
but
lot more in the future, I can.
yeah. It's
it's just,
it has infested the anime, all the anime media.
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, the hair is very cool. Like
Oh, with the like the
it's on like a
shuriken
shuriken.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. Yeah,
I actually
I don't
really
get
yeah.
her shoes. Like, um,
the
why is it like that?
It's part of the design, I think. Like it's
sandals thing.
ancient like Japanese sandal things. If you've seen
Yeah, but how
Samurai
are you
Jack, he
supposed
has
to
the same
walk on
thing.
them? Like, it, I don't get how she walks.
Magic?
No, it's balance.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's not uncommon.
No, yeah.
Again,
No, it's part of the
I
ninja look.
think.
So
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe this is a far stretch, and I don't know if it's right or not. But maybe they are designed like that because you can't see the direction the person is going if you look at their footprints.
I
Is
have
that
no
true?
idea if that's true or not. I mean,
It's yeah, it's it's a shot in the dark.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the shoes, they only thought about what would look good on these characters. I mean, some of them have high
Yeah.
Yeah.
heels and they're running around doing flip kicks.
Oh, you're right.
Like,
Yeah. That's true.
I think it's one of those things where you have to don't think too hard about it. Because like in real life, you wouldn't go to a fight, like go to fighting and all that in those kind of shoes.
Yeah.
And it fits. It's the designs is from a gacha game, right? It's
Well,
called a gacha game, right?
oh, you mean that game that they were all playing?
Yeah.
Well,
So
I don't know.
it makes sense for the designs
Wait,
to be.
yeah, gacha. I don't think gacha game is the right thing. Are you sure?
Oh, okay, fine. I don't know. I don't I don't play those kind of
I
games.
don't either.
Yeah.
Online
So
game.
mm,
But yeah, they're just there to look good. Like,
Yeah.
but one thing I actually like about Rebel, I really like her magical powers. I think it fits the her ninja aesthetic, and you can come
oh
up
yeah,
with
that's
some
cool.
pretty cool things with it.
What
Mm.
was the powers again?
It's that when she throws something, it will always hit its mark.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just
Then it makes sense that
it's
she can
too
be a ninja
simple for
and
me.
throw stuff, and it will hit.
Mm.
And they're pretty clever in how they use it with when they take down Calamity Mary, where she
Mm-hmm.
just has a bag of uh, like glass shards and she just throws it out.
Mm.
Yeah, like okay, they actually changed how they defeat Calamity Mary in the anime. Where in the anime, after she throws those shards, she throws some shurikens that hits Calamity Mary in the head. But
Ah.
in the novel, those shards actually all of them just fly towards Calamity Mary and just impale her with
Oof.
hundreds of little shards just going through her body. Yeah, I would have loved it if they animated that. That would have been cool.
Mm.
So yeah. Anything else you want to say about Ripple?
Nah.
Nah, it's yeah, it's a. I understand why they have taken the design choices they have taken,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not surprised. It's not a surprising choice at all.
Yeah, like you
I
kind of
like
need like some fresh air, like a breath of fresh air, I think it's called.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I like the red ribbon. It brings
Mm.
out focus in the design and the white shuriken and the white what is that a pom pom or something.
Yeah.
It brings in focus in between the grays and the blue grays and the blacks.
Mm.
So your eye has something to focus on because
Mm.
Yeah.
otherwise it's very monotone the whole design.
Yeah.
Mm. Ripple actually acts like a lot more of the main character at times than Snow White does.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's the one who goes after Swim Swim there at the end, and also she's the one who makes the battle with Calamity Mary.
Mm.
And there's a lot of focus on her backstory as well, as opposed to Snow White, who doesn't actually have a backstory. I just realized that.
Nah.
Like, other than her relationship with Lapucelle, then she doesn't. Snow White doesn't really have a backstory.
Hmm. Hmm.
No.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the next character then?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. The first of the two, I would say two villains of the show. We have Fav. That's a weird name to have. Fav. Fav. And yes, he is the magical companion that is evil. So, what do you guys
What
think
did you
about Fav?
say? What did you say the name was?
Fav. Fav.
Gabe?
They always
Gabe.
pronounce it like Fav.
Uh,
So,
Fav. Isn't that fave? Like favorite?
no, they've always pronounced it in the show as Fav.
Oh, okay.
So, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Could be. Yeah, but they pronounce it Fav in
Yeah.
Yeah.
the anime.
I assume they know what they're doing at Funimation, so
Yeah.
assuming they know what they do.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are going to talk about later about how he was like revealed pretty early on as a villain. So we have to avoid that aspect of his character.
Mm.
It's
Um, I would say that Farb does, I think, does a pretty good job of at least like acting like he's like neutral, like towards
Yeah.
the other characters at least. Like he does a good job of acting like, oh, well, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm not evil or
Yeah.
anything. So
Almost as if he's helpful.
yeah.
yeah, but barely,
Yeah.
almost.
Hmm.
So yeah, I like the design. It works very well as a host of a game.
Mm.
It looks like the thing in the game that jumps up on the screen on the right bottom corner and say, "Hey, you got a new item. Look in your bag to access it.
Yeah, he
Remember
actually
to save
does.
the game."
He also does look like something that would appear in a Magical Girl anime. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
And they clearly took some cues from Kyubey, the character of Kyubey from Mortal Kombat again. Like I'm sure they took
yeah.
some inspiration there. But then again, maybe I'm the one who's just assuming that. I don't know.
Mm, mm. Again, this is more. Cuba is more what's it called, feline rabbits inspired,
Mm,
but Fav is obviously a more fantasy, a very abstract, animal.
Yeah, like
The
a
bare
little baby.
minimum of animalistic traits is presented in him in it.
hmm.
I like the design thing about he has two it has two different colors, but the tail is always changing from black white. It's it's better than just having a ball that's two different colors.
Mm.
Thought you meant like his tail was blinking in colors in the anime.
Oh, no. But
Hmm.
yeah, and the splash of pink is a
Yeah, I like
great
the pink.
focus. Yeah.
Hmm. I like how he's always like whenever he's summoned, he's always bouncing around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the same animation every time. It's the same animation.
Mm.
He jumps up and then he floats down back. It Yeah, it's very gamey.
Mm.
Mm.
It-
It's gotta be nice to voice him because there's no lip flaps.
oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So what? You say something again?
No, I was just agreeing.
Yeah. And apparently, this is some meta humor here, but apparently, the one who voiced Farf is actually related to the one who voices Cubey in the dub of
My
Mortal
God.
Kombat again. Like really, at the very least
Jeez.
they have the same last name, so
Damn.
that cannot be a coincidence.
That's
It
cool.
could be.
Well, maybe they could be, I guess, but still, she did a good job regardless.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like she did a very like innocent voice that also just sounded like there was something sinister behind it.
Mm.
Hmm.
I don't know. The I like Cupid more because you remember in the last scene just before it got killed, it
Mm.
got desperate. I don't know if I like desperate desperate. I don't
Villains?
know if I.
Or
Yeah, it finds out that, oh, the weapon that Swimswim uses can actually hurt it. I don't know if I like that idea that much. Again, I would like it more that this is just a setback.
Mm.
The,
Well, then it all comes down to scale,
yeah,
where
yeah,
Favre and everything that's happening around him, and like in here in this first season, is supposed to be uh, like one accident that's done, and then we move on. Where with Cuba is just one part of a large, like universe size race of beings that's doing this thing.
yeah,
So it all comes down to scale there.
yeah.
So no matter how much you take care or get rid of Cuba, he will always be there, basically.
Hmm.
But while Favre is acting on his own, and he's actually doing something that the magical girl, like magical kingdom, doesn't want him to do, but he's keeping it a secret. So he's much more of a like petty criminal in that sense. Where
Is
with
is that a
Cuba,
thing we find out? Yeah, we find out in the light novels and not in the anime.
oh, they also mentioned it in the anime.
Okay.
Remember, there's the scene where Cranberry and Favre they talk, and Favre has to give like a report to the magical kingdom about what they're doing,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they're
I remember.
saying that they're like falsifying their reports.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we
Okay.
were again comparing it to Cube, if it was like in Magica Magica, then it would be if the magical kingdom like specifically sent Favre to do all of this, and he was just acting on the behalf of the magical kingdom. But he's not. So that's the difference in scale.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Hmm. But
Hmm.
again, later on, we actually do get to fight some of the leaders of the magical kingdom. It's a whole thing.
Hmm. All right.
Yeah, but hopefully there'll be more seasons of this show in the future, and then we'll get to see it. Hey.
Hmm.
So, should we move on to the other villain of the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, the musician of the forest, Cranberry. They were not subtle in that she's evil.
No, not at
There
all.
were several shots of her where, if you look at her shadow, it looks like she has devil horns.
I didn't notice that.
Like in the opening, where like
Oh,
because of her flowers, how is the shade of it, like the flowers on her head, then it looks like she actually has devil horns.
mm, okay.
So yeah, and I like Cranberry in how she's so composed, like no matter what's going on, and she
Hmm.
has that like sinister voice where you're not putting a lot of effort into what you're saying. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
Cranberry, I enjoy fighting and killing.
Mm.
Like I enjoy those kind of villains. They're a ton of fun. What do you guys think?
I think it's very clever how she uses her power because
Mm.
making noises, making copying noises, and can project them out of different areas.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that you would instantly think, oh, that is a that is a very that's a powerful thing you can do in combat, but she uses it very cleverly.
Yeah, that's actually a recurrent theme in the series where we have characters who have powers that doesn't look that useful, but then they find a clever way to use it later.
Yeah.
Hmm. What about you, Anne? What do you think about Cranberry?
I didn't notice her much. Sorry. I barely remember her.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, she kills a few of the cast.
How many does she kill? She kills
She kills one of
Rula, right?
those angel girls,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then I just realized she doesn't actually kill that many, but she beats up a lot
No.
of people.
Yeah, she beats them up.
Yeah, but I think she actually only managed to kill one person on screen. I just realized that. That's weird.
Huh.
I mean, she sets up the death game together with Fob, so she's responsible for all of the deaths in a way. But like, in how many she personally kills, I think she only kills one. I just realized that.
It makes a bit of sense because she's only interested in the most
The strong,
powerful and
yeah.
most skilled in combat. So
And I will,
she maybe
yeah.
just waits for for the others to seek her out.
Yeah, she waits because then the weaklings will take each other out, and then there will only be the strong left. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I will say she has the best death of all of the characters.
How did she
Oh
die?
yeah.
Yeah, where Tama, the weak little Tama, actually ends up getting a surprise attack on her, and then because of her magic, she just, I don't know how to describe it, like the top side of her explodes or something.
She
What?
makes a hole in her.
Yeah, like Tama's magic is that she can touch something and then she can create a large hole. And then she touches Cranberry's back, and then a big hole opens up
The,
in her
the
stomach.
dog girl.
Mm. Yeah, all
Now
right.
that we talked
Yep.
about Tama, let's talk about the girl who killed her.
Ah, yes, the little killer, Swim Swim.
She also has the most this funniest name, Swim Swim.
And
It's
she's wearing a like a swimsuit.
yeah,
Yeah, like she
yeah,
has like goggles around her neck
yeah.
and headphones
It's
for some reason.
yeah. I think her design is a bit confused. It's a bit confusing actually.
I think that
Now
might
now that
actually,
I
yeah, it might
now that
have
I
been
think
on
about
purpose because remember she's actually a 7 year old. So when she
yeah,
was making her character, she might have just taken random things that he thought was cool or something. And
we
then
don't
she,
know if you make a character, aren't you just assigned a character?
no, you make it like they show it on screen where you can like,
Actually make it.
yeah,
Yeah, you
So
design them
weird.
and choose the name
Ah,
and everything.
yeah.
all right. It's so weird. The things around her hip. What are those?
I
What
don't
are
know,
those?
like arrow thingies.
Weird.
Yeah, it seems
Looks
like she just
like
took random
like a
stuff
squid,
from.
like an octopus or
Yeah.
something. With
Yeah.
like the
Oh
little
yeah, that could
arms.
be it.
Mm. And she also has.
That could be
Does
it.
she have wings on her back?
Yeah, she has wings
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't think when she was creating her character, I think she just took some random stuff that he thought was
Yeah,
cool.
she pressed that little button, the randomize
Every
button,
randomizer.
got something.
Yes. And
It's not very coherent. The design is not very coherent.
yes. But again, I think that's on purpose. Like in this
It's
case.
vaguely swimmer. It's way. It's vaguely swimmer.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's something just wrong with her. Like, so Swipsum is a 7 year old kid who is desperately trying to be the best leader she can be. And
Yep.
in her desire to become the best ruler, inspired by the character of ruler, then she ends up doing all sorts of bad stuff, like killing her best friends.
Mm.
And yeah, so I would say I actually really like this idea that a 7 year old who gets into this kind of situation and gains all these powers and would not be able to like make good choices if they were in put this in
Mm.
this situation.
Yeah. In that regard, it's very realistic.
Hmm.
It makes sense that she would. Oh, well, ruler made good choices. Well, I will just do what ruler would have done.
Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
we knew more about her family situation because,
Hmm.
like, you would think that it seems like ruler, like the character becomes almost like the figure in her life that she looks up to for inspiration.
Yeah.
Does she not have any parents or other friends? Like, we don't know anything about her family or anything. So, hmm.
Yeah, but then again, what if it's not important for the plot at all?
Well, I guess.
It,
I mean, she's just the last boss at the end. So,
yeah, I'm thinking more about again the parents. If she has parents, how are they not noticing that their 7-year-old is out every night.
It might have.
Are they just kissing their? Are they just kissing their little 7-year-old goodnight and then goes to bed themselves? Are they not?
I'm thinking she might have some very neglectful parent, but like the
Yeah, yeah.
only
It
Which
seems
one was
like it.
7? Who was 7? Was it the dog girl thing?
what
What?
Who was the 7-year? Sorry, I was a little distracted
No,
with that
that's Swim
eye.
Swim. Swim
like
Swim is
Swim
the
Swim is
7-year-old.
7?
yeah, she was
Yep.
actually 7, and she's actually 7.
What?
Yep. She's the little girl.
But I have to remember once they become medical girls, they get like
Oh, that's right.
an
She's the girl
adult
from the
form.
dream.
Yeah,
The one who wanted to
be a
live as
princess.
princess.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and when Nimmerine before she dies, she comes up to tell her that instead of being a good like leech, then you should be try to become the princess yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So I actually think that was some good foreshadowing there,
Yeah.
where you can see that the one in the dream is actually ruler, like in the silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Maybe it's Nimmerine we can all blame for for how Swim Swim is.
You might be right, but on the other hand, if Swim Swim had not betrayed ruler, then Snow White would have died.
Oh, you're
Like
right. Yeah.
yeah, because of whole ruler's plan of stealing Snow White's candy.
Yeah.
So we can actually we can both thank Nimmerine for Swim Swim going bananas, but we can also thank her for Snow White not dying at the beginning.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
honestly, would we care if Snow White died?
I would.
Really?
Yeah, I like Snow White. She's a good character.
Is she?
Yeah,
Is she just nice?
She's
Or is she a good character?
I think she's a good
she's
character.
she's fine. She's fine.
She's
I
a
don't know,
character who does good because it's the right thing to do. It's
yeah,
the
but
right.
that's
It's the thing that a magical girl should do. Like
yeah, and that's boring. That's really boring,
I don't
in
think
my
it's
opinion.
boring. Well, it could be boring. It depends on how it's done. I don't think it's
Yeah,
boring in this case.
that's true.
I see it like that. It's either this or it could be the story of edgy, angry ninja girl only going for revenge, and there's nothing else.
Also, I will say that Snow White's whole "be good because good is good" thing, it works really well in this case because her character of being really good gets kind of hit in the face really hard by all this terribleness
Mm-hmm.
that's happening around her. The fact that she almost gives up at one point in the anime,
Yeah.
like I think that works really well in this
Oh,
case. And that's again character development. This is her origin story. She becomes a lot more badass later on in the story.
I really like the interaction between Snow White and Hardcore Alice, and just saying Hardcore Alice is such a good character too.
Is it
She is,
weird that her name is Hardcore Alice and not Hardcore?
No, yeah, that's right. Oh fuck, I've heard it wrong all this time. Whoa.
It's actually with a
Oh,
G,
that
Hardcore,
makes that makes it better. That
because
makes it even better, and
she's
that
gory
makes
and
it
keeps
fit.
on getting fucked up.
Yeah, that makes so good. That makes so much sense.
All right, now we've gone completely away from Swim Stream, so I think we're
Yeah,
done with
yeah.
character analysis. All right,
Let's
suppression of the
go on.
magical girls genre.
That's yours,
Yeah, that's
right?
mine, and I think it's pretty straightforward that this is what you usually call a dark magical girl series, in that it's not just about some girls getting magical powers and saving people. Bad stuff happens to them, and yeah, I would say that this is a pretty good take on it. And I think I already mentioned this a bit already, but a big part of this show is the whole of creating the ideal magical girl, and the way the ideal magical girl is can be created is through all this suffering and bad stuff happening to them. That's one of the big things about the series. Where
I just
Snow,
realized.
what? Yeah,
I just realized I've watched more Dark Magical Girls series than normal Magical Girls series.
Is that because of me?
It maybe you're the one to blame. Nah, again,
And how many Magical Girl series have you watched?
I have watched I watched the Sailor Moons with you,
Yeah, that's
and
a
I have
regular one.
watched and I watched Tokyo Mew Mew when it came in Danish television.
You have?
Nah, not the whole thing, but
I
some of the
haven't. I
episodes.
saw none of that when it came on
You haven't
Danish.
seen Tokyo Mew Mew? What
You're
the
kidding
fuck?
me?
Okay, that's right, dude. Tokyo Mew Mew. What?
I haven't.
It was fine.
I
It's
knew it
okay.
was there, but I didn't watch any of
It's
it.
it's a it's a typical. It's very typical. Again, I haven't watched the whole thing. I've watched whatever came up Saturday.
Mm.
Um, so I have watched more dark magical girl animes than normal, quote unquote normal ones.
Mm.
I just think I just think it's more the concept is more interesting if you throw a wrench into the concept.
Mm.
Again, it's easy enough to have a evil to defeat when you have powers yourself. But when the evil is also the source where you have your power from, and you are confronted with other people who has got the same powers than you, but you are using them for bad things, that throws in some that throws in a bit for me it throws in more a bit of interest in the plot.
Yeah, one of the big things about this specific medical girl anime is that it's very much one medical girl against other medical girls, as opposed to most other medical girl anime where whoever becomes the medical girl tends to be unique and then fights other might be magical creatures, but this where the enemy are other magical girls is something you don't see that often.
Good.
Mm.
Like Hunger Games or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't think I have much more to this because we'll talk about other aspects of the show later on. So,
Mm.
do you guys have more to add to this?
No.
Uh, I like that she doubts the concept of good in being a magical girl. It
Mm.
yeah it um again Snow White is still very vanilla, but it gives the character some interest.
Yeah, again, the whole contrast of her being the ultimate goody good, and then
Yep.
getting hit in the
With good
face with
armor.
all this terribleness and death that happens
Yes.
around her, and which will continue to happen. I'm just gonna say, like, Snow White has an ability to make great friends who all die terribly.
Mm,
Yeah.
great. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah, one thing that I really wish they'd show in the anime is that they showed in the anime that at the end that Ripple trains Snow White, but that doesn't happen in the novels. Actually, what happens is that they introduce a new character called Pretty Frederica, who is a magical girl from the Magical Kingdom, who
Oh.
yeah, who's actually evil. She becomes the main villain of the entire series, I would argue. But she trains Snow White because Snow White says she wants to never have anyone become like experience something like this again. So she wants to become strong and all that. And
Mm.
Pretty, yeah, that's actually her name. Pretty Federica means that the magical kingdom needs to be reformed because it has stayed the same way for thousands of years and bad stuff keeps on happening without any sort of change. So
Ah.
Pretty wants Snow White to become the revolutionary who changes the entire magical kingdom. So she trains Snow White and tries to manipulate her from the shadows, and all sorts of stuff happens.
Mm.
Yeah. Read the books. You can buy them on Bookwalker. By the way, talking about the latest sponsorship, Bookwalker. If you use the promo
We
code,
are. We no. We are not.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
By the way, Bookwalker, if you want to support us, you're welcome. We will take it. We will take your support with open arms.
I will take anyone's support with open arms at this point.
Yeah, honestly.
Ah, unless what is that mobile game called?
Raid
Oh
Shadow
no!
Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends. It's a bad game. Just telling you, it's such a bad game.
Did you fall for the ad?
No, I didn't. I've watched
Thankfully.
Really?
reviews. I've watched
Oh,
reviews. I fell for it enough to actually watch a review. I
okay.
wasted 10 minutes of my time on that shit.
All
Well,
right. I think we've gone off script enough
we're
that we
gonna
should
off
move on.
script. Do
Okay.
we have a
Revealing the
script?
villain early. This one was yours, Vlad.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's I I f- I like when a villain is slow is more slowly built up.
Mm-hmm.
Favre was revealed very early on. I don't know what they could change. The problem is I don't know what they could change about it because Favre should be the one, or maybe if they could write it differently, that I don't know if maybe they could write that half the numbers in number to they need to reduce the number to 8 in another way. Maybe it could be a harmless event, and then someone died in that event,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Yeah.
and they go to and then they go, if this one of us died and this girl appeared in the magical girl's place. What is this? It was oh, well, I told you that there would be consequences in this event, and they didn't get it. They thought probably it would be, oh no, one of my magic shoes will disappear or something. So maybe I don't know how they should how they could
I
write it
don't.
differently, but
I
just
don't.
think that
Hmm.
yeah, yeah,
I don't think they would do it differently because Favre isn't supposed to actually be a long-lasting villain. Like he's supposed to be essentially the first boss, him and Cranberry. Because, like I said before, this is just one novel that they made into one full anime, so it's supposed to go pretty fast. So I don't think they would change it. Also, in terms of how, one thing you have to remember, you were kind of spoiled that he was the villain from the start. Like you knew that going
yeah,
in because I told you.
yeah.
So you wouldn't have like the same experience as if this was like airing for the first time and you knew nothing about it.
Ah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I will say they do like one of the first scenes of episode one. They do show like Cranberry in a silhouette where she fights that monster and surrounded by dead magical girls. So they show pretty early on that something is up, definitely.
Hmm.
But whether or not you could figure out that Favre is evil, I don't know. Like, yes, he starts the pretty early on the whole we'll have the number to 8, and that's just how it is.
Hmm.
But in terms of doing like things that doesn't appear just like, oh, it's just part of his programming or something,
Hmm.
I think it actually does wait a few episodes before he does things where you can specifically see that's like he's not
Hmm.
supposed to do that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
There's this thing I really like about him, that he has when he offers them to buy magical items
Yeah,
for a life for
yeah, a few
years of
years
their
of their
lives,
life.
and then after some one episode after, oh, because I offered you these magical items, now we need to reduce the numbers of girls even more. I I have altered the deal. Don't pray. I'm not altering it any further. It's so bad. It's so good. It's so evil.
Yeah, what I love about that is
That
that
I like.
yeah, Fob actually talked with Cranberry and says that that explanation might have been a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also I think when it comes to this is a theory of mine, but I think when he says that they're sacrificing the years of their life, I think he's actually lying because the more you think about it, the
Really?
more it doesn't make sense. Like 25 years of your life you're sacrificing. Okay, what do you mean? Because is this your natural death, or what do you mean when you say you're losing 25 years of your life? Because everyone who bought an item died less than a month or something after they bought their items.
Maybe it was just like natural death, like aging faster or something.
Oh, that
Maybe, but they never explain it. So I'm just gonna assume that Favre lied about the entire thing.
Yeah.
something more severe than like total organ failure. All your organs is gonna fail at once.
Hmm.
So yeah, I, I don't know. Again, it's a part. This is just the prelude to a much longer story.
Yeah,
Uh, it's it's a bit. It's a Again. This is the only other anime where a what's it called
magical companion.
yeah, it has gone bad, and I really hope I just really hope it would be as good as Cube Cube
Yeah, Cube.
Cube. Yeah,
Hmm.
it wasn't, but again, that's a tall order. That's a very tall
And Cube
order.
is by now considered one of the like anime villains.
Yeah.
Like he's on the level of people like Frieza from Dragon Ball when it comes to like
Mm,
anime
mm,
villains. So that is a tall order.
good. It's very good.
I will say the concept of I like the concept of Fav with the fact that he's a magical mascot that apparently they
Mm.
had regular like magical creatures as mascots originally, but then with the digital age they changed over to digital mascots, and he's kind of a mascot that has gone like a virus in him or something. Like he's just gone bad.
That makes so much sense in his design.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's so
originally the
good.
magical kingdom used like regular magical creatures, but now to come with the times they're using like those kind of mascots, like digital.
Ah.
And one fun part is that in the next story, there's another uh, digital mascot that's good, and it becomes like an ally of Snow White. But they looks and talks completely the
I'm
same.
looking at the
So
characters. Is that the thing called Fal?
possibly, yeah, they have like
Okay,
similar
it has the
names.
same.
Yeah,
It has the
it's
same.
fall. Yeah,
Oh, okay. That they could have done a little bit more about that design. It's the same design.
yeah, but I think that like initially, it's a thing with the next story arc. There, you initially are led to believe that Fall is evil, but then they reveal like gradually
Oh,
that he's actually good.
oh, oh,
So
good. Num num. Yes,
yeah, and I just
good.
spoiled that for you. I'm sorry,
Yeah, pretty much.
but
But
hey, the likelihood of this getting a season two is who knows.
mm. All right,
Yeah, I think we're done here. Should we move on?
Yeah.
let's move on.
So when are anime eyes too big? This was yours, Anne.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. I think it's a little bit too much in this show. Like all I could think about was like I really want to see a skull. Like I want to see the anatomy of the bones because
Well, that's
I don't.
your opinion.
What? You like it?
Well, that's your opinion.
So you like the big eyes?
Nah, it's it doesn't bother me. I'm accepting that this is an anime. So
Yeah.
I subvert I subvert my belief that these are real people in this world looks like that. This is
Yeah.
the stylization of a normal person.
But the men don't look like that though. The
Oh,
men
then
have tiny eyes.
wait. Oh yeah, there is one character with that is a man, right? How does he look? I don't remember.
How does this? He's
Yeah,
human.
he has big eyes too. He's a
Really? But the
yeah,
stepdad
he's a
have
big
like
cute
tiny
anime
eyes.
man, anime boy.
Not
He's
the
just a
stepdad?
cute anime boy.
No,
What?
oh, you're talking about the boy.
Yeah, I'm talking about the boy.
Yeah, his name is
Oh, the
Sota.
But
stepdad.
the grown men have tiny eyes,
Uh, hmm.
like the stepdad.
Yeah, I think you're right there. But I also think
Yeah.
that might have to do with the fact that they're background characters that they're not really characters as much they are a part of the
Okay,
backstory.
imagine living in a world where every important person have big eyes. Like if you're born to be an important person, you just have big
That's
eyes.
just living in an anime.
Yeah, basically, it's like
Like there are some
imagine
animes where non-important characters they don't even have eyes.
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Imagine a world where every important person has a different color hair,
Pink
has a
hair.
wacky hairstyle.
mm. Uh, have you guys watched the? It's not an anime, but it's made in anime style. Like the first season of the uh, what would you call it? Like a web serial, Ruby, where in the first season all the background characters
Oh
are
yeah.
just the like black stickmen.
Ooh, yeah,
Oh my
but
god.
oh, that one is 3D. It's a bit creepy, actually.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know the change from 2D to good to 3D. 3D characters without eyes. Oh, I don't know why. It's maybe it calls for something horror game. Yeah, it just jumps into the horror game aesthetic a little bit too much there. I think.
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the reasons why, specifically with this anime, where there's a big focus on the eyes, is that all of them, when they transform, they do get different eyes, and they all of them, almost all of them, do have something with their eyes. Like the
Yeah.
angel magical girls, they have like crosses in their eyes. The same with the non magical girl, Sister Nana. She also has
Yeah.
crosses. So I think that it's done intentionally so that you can see that something with their eyes happens when they transform.
And it makes a little bit. It makes a little bit of. Again, I'm really trying to speak in favor for big eyes, but it makes a little bit sense when you when you think about it in a gacha game way or in a mobile game way with chibi characters. That the focus is mostly on the accessories and the head and the eyes. In
Well,
that
yeah,
way, it
but
makes
I can tell you why they all got big eyes. It's because big eyes make a character look more cute.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
right.
Yeah.
It's
But
it's
in my
it's a
opinion, I
baby
just
syndrome.
think,
Small nose, big eyes, big head.
yeah,
Mm.
I just think it can be a bit too much. Like
Person,
the whole
yeah.
face doesn't have to be eyes. Oh,
For me, I actually didn't really think about it when I was watching this anime. So to me, this is not too much. It's not to a degree where I think about it. So
is there any anime where it was too much for you?
no, I can't recall.
Okay.
I'm I have become dull to it now. I've just
immune,
grown dull to it. Yeah, I'm
vaccinated.
yeah. I'm very
I
in the
mean,
start
yeah.
in the start when I watched animes, it probably still makes a big difference if I watch an anime or not. It mostly depends on the style. If I'm not into the style, I'm not watching the anime. The JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Sorry, I have
Dude, don't
once
say that
watched.
out loud. You know, it's one of those animes you don't say if you don't like
Come
it. You
at me,
don't say it
comment
out
section.
loud.
Come at me. Season 2 was boring. Just telling you. But yeah.
Mm.
Um, but again, now when I watch anime and I'm not that much into the style, I'm more focusing on the story. Actually, sometimes when I watch an anime with a style I'm not particularly fond about, I actually get more interested in the story and not very distracted in the beautiful in the style and the animations. Sometimes it's actually very helpful for me to watch anime with a style I'm not fond about. So I will give this anime. Oh, okay. This anime had some cool fight scenes and some cool particle effects.
But what does that got to do with their eyes?
Nothing, but yeah, just the style. Right
Yeah,
now, I'm just talking about the style in particular at all. The eyes, yeah, okay. I'm not into them.
yeah.
I don't
I
see
am.
nothing.
Yeah.
They're empty. Look, they don't. Half of them doesn't even have pure pupils in
Well,
them.
they're not. Well, they're no longer humans, like in these forms. So that makes sense.
They're
One of them
empty.
is a robot.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah,
Magical Lloyd
magical.
44.
Oh yeah,
Is
she's cute. It's a cute design actually.
Yeah.
That's a cute design.
oh,
I
she's got a little
like
backpack on her.
it. Make sometimes it's good shit. Sometimes it's fucking it's useless.
Mm. And it only
Ah,
works for
and
one day.
yeah, and the way she just used Sister Nana. Oh, that
Yeah, actually, that entire segment is
little
actually really
scammer bot
funny.
44.
Yeah.
Oh, but
And
yeah,
I love how at the end she accidentally actually makes Sister Nana's girlfriend into a magical girl, and she's like, "Son of a!" like, oh, it
yeah,
actually works. Like I've been scamming you for this long, and somehow we're still really good friends because I somehow help you.
yep.
Cool. I mean,
So cool.
yeah. And she's the only character that becomes a good friend-ish with Calamity Mary.
Yeah,
So yeah, they
a
have an
friend,
interesting relationship.
quote unquote friend.
Yeah, friend-ish,
Yeah,
allies.
friendish.
Maybe I should say.
Yeah, allies. Yeah,
Frenemies.
yeah, frenemies.
yeah, and she.
We are off the script.
Yeah,
We're
moving on.
totally off the
Okay,
script.
moving on. Survival game.
Yeah,
This actually fits a lot more in this.
yeah.
With what we were just talking about. So
And
yeah.
maybe also be in your favor.
What?
Where did the survival game genre thing first appear? It's probably literature, but what what popularized it? Was it Hunger Games?
No, no, not Hunger Games.
What
Because
was
something
it?
like Battle Royale was a lot older and came out in like the 80s.
Oh yeah, you're right. But was it? Did
I,
Battle Royale make it popular in the West?
oh, in the West, I was talking about the West specifically.
Yeah.
I don't know because I haven't really been into the survival game thing, but it's very much a horror trope. Because like I think an early survival game thing would be putting a bunch of people in one location and then seeing them get off one by one, trying to survive. You know,
Mm.
kind of like remember the movie series Saw, like in the
Yeah.
second movie where we have all these people in that one location and they have to try to figure out how to get
Yeah.
out.
It was a good one.
That was alright.
Good Friday evening movies.
It was a good old horror movie. Like you watch it to see people get murdered.
Yep.
So yeah, but I think in more recent times, then definitely Hunger Games is like the survival game, like franchise that you think about in the West. So I think it's more like it gave a. I don't think it popularized it. I think it more came out with a like a renaissance. It repopularized it. Like, but
Hmm.
I'm not that much familiar with the survival game subgenre itself to really pinpoint this.
No, I have never played PUBG or
Besides, we're talking about
Valorant
anime here.
or Fortnite.
Fortnite.
So Fortnite.
But isn't stuff like Until Dawn also a survival game?
Crimson Dawn?
Until Dawn?
What?
What's that about? I heard the
Oh
name, but
yeah, Until Dawn. Nah, that's a Until Dawn. It's
The supermassive games that made it.
yeah,
They have
yeah.
this
It's
Dark Anatomy game uh, series also.
but it's more a storytelling game than it's
Yeah, but you have to survive. You know, it's the whole goal is to see if you can make it through the night.
yeah. But you're not battling each other
Oh, that's
for
true. That's
survival.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
hmm.
Survival game. It usually uh, it it ends out being that one is the victorious and can yeah be alive. They are not their life is not taken from them, and therefore they win the game.
Yeah.
So
Like
yeah,
if we could go back to the
yeah.
show
Let's
in
go back.
question that we have to actually talk about.
Mm.
So I think wait, this one is definitely a survival game like genre show. Then
Mm.
I think it is a bit like in the background where it's first and foremost a magical girl like a subversion show. But in terms of the whole survival game, then I think it does an alright job that because at the same time it's not so much that all of the characters are thinking okay how can I best survive. It we more have a few specific characters like who are really trying to be the ones to survive while the others are thinking this entire situation is whack and I don't know what to do, and then they get caught up with those characters who are actively trying to survive shenanigans.
Mm.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
have
you're right.
yeah, so we have people like Ruler or Calamity Mary who are actively trying to survive, and we have people like Snow White or Sister Nana who goes
Mm.
around thinking, "What the heck is going on? This is whack. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do." Or then there's
Yeah.
also Top Speed who also has to survive because she's pregnant,
Oh,
but she doesn't do anything drastic to it.
no.
Yeah. So I think that it's very much a lesser survival game anime than others, where it's in the forefront.
It's not the primary focus.
Yeah. But it is still something that if you're looking for a survival game anime, I still feel that I can like recommend this one, but it wouldn't
Yeah.
be one of my first picks.
No.
No.
Yeah. Do you guys have something to add?
No.
No.
All right, then we'll move on. Queer and trans representation. This one was yours, Anne.
Yes. Um, when I first saw that the little boy who became a magical girl, I was thinking like he's probably trans and doesn't know yet that he's trans, transgender,
Mm-hmm.
because he also said that he was told by someone else that it's pretty rare for a boy to be a magical girl.
Yeah.
So it is uncommon in this world for a boy to be a magical girl. So I'm thinking he might uh, be a girl on the inside, and that's why he can become a magical girl. And then there's, like we see on the screen, this couple who either is like maybe they're lesbians or maybe one of them is like non-binary or transgender.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it was really nice to see some, some representation where it's not a big deal. Like the whole thing isn't about them being, trans or gay or anything. It's just part of who they are as a character.
Yeah, it's not really focused that much on actually,
Yeah,
like them being, like you say, trans or gay or whatever.
yeah, and,
That,
and no one
yeah.
questions it. Like everyone
Mm,
is just okay with it.
yeah. Okay, if we go with the thing when it comes to the male character of his real name is Sota, I think. They it's something that they're very briefly uh, talking about, where while he's in his magical girl form, when he's talking with Snow White, then they briefly go over it. And personally, I didn't get the impression of him being trans, but the fact that it's very briefly gone over, so yeah, you can definitely take that interpretation because we don't really hear much about. It. We just hear that in the past he apparently enjoyed magical girls, was big friends with Snow White in the past, but his other guy friends think that it's not cool to like magical girls, so he has to keep it a secret for them.
Yeah.
And then he still likes being still likes magical girl even as he's grown older, and then he became a magical girl. So, but again, it's very briefly gone over.
It's very
So we don't
brief.
actually know much about Sota, his personal
No.
life or anything.
Uh, it could have been expanded on a lot
Yeah.
more. What what is it? Is it a part of his sexuality or identity, or is it a part of him uh, suppressing either
Mm.
his sexuality or gender
Mm.
or just
Mm.
interests.
I will say he does seem to be relatively comfortable as is his magical girl form. Like
Yeah,
Exactly.
other than his
Like he
initial
he
shock, he
doesn't.
does seem pretty comfortable.
Yeah, he
yeah.
doesn't experience like body dysphoria,
Mm.
Hmm.
by being in a body that isn't like the gender we assume he is.
Yeah.
So that's also why I think he's trans,
Yeah.
because he would be experiencing body dysphoria.
How
Mm.
long? Do we know for how long he has been a magical girl?
A month.
Am I?
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do they say that? Mm.
You would probably still feel a little bit weird after a
Yeah.
month.
Mm.
So yeah,
I think
yeah.
he would probably feel worse after a month. I think, if a boy like suddenly turns into a girl, he would probably think it's funny at first, and then feel more uncomfortable the longer he's in the body.
And
You could.
especially
Yeah.
when he finds out that, oh shit, my life depends on me being in this body, because now I need to be in this body more time because I need to collect magical candies.
Yeah.
It Yeah, at that point, some problems would start showing if he wasn't comfortable in his body.
Yeah. About the sexuality part you talked about, his
Mm,
sexuality. I don't think he's gay though, because like being gay, it doesn't mean that
no,
you
no,
would be
no, no, no.
okay
That,
with
that's
being a
that,
girl.
that's not what I hinted to at
Oh,
all.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. I meant gender identity. Sorry,
Okay, that's fine.
sorry for confusing you. All right. So yeah,
Mm.
I like that we have more representation
Yeah.
in anime.
Mass, do you know if the characters on the screen, the winter person and sister, the winter person is she a he or she or what? Like, do they say that
From what
in
I
the
know,
Well,
anime?
they're supposed to be Um, Again, from I know of it, they're both two girls that they're in a girl-only school apparently, and then they became lovers.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have the wiki right here.
So
Let's
do
see.
I.
Let's see. Let's short back. Oh, who can find the information? Oh, in the wiki, she's described as she. So
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
yes,
Yeah.
her pronouns is she. So I guess she identifies as a
It
woman.
says gender
Yeah.
female in
Yep.
information.
So
So, yeah.
so yeah, they're lesbians. Cool. I
And
like
they're
it.
college students, apparently.
Ah.
Yeah, they're apparently between 19 and 23.
Ah. All right.
Really
Great.
thought that the sister one was a bit older than that because she seems like more, you know,
Adult.
wise.
One
Yeah.
thing I wanna mention really quickly about Sister Nana. She's actually a much more interesting character than you initially think, because she has a thing where she actually really enjoys being the damsel in distress, where her lover
Yeah.
saves her. So she purposefully puts both herself and Vice in dangerous situations so that Vice can get the opportunity to save her.
It's a bit weird that her character is Sister Nana, a character with holy imagery, and she tries to get her girlfriend to become a magical girl so she can live out her kink.
Yeah, basically. I guess that's the whole
Ah,
the
not so
contrast.
holy anymore, Sister Nana. Ah, yes, beautiful.
Yeah, and then she hangs herself with the scarf that she gave to her lover.
Oh yeah.
Damn,
Oh
that's
fuck. Oh
dark.
no. Oh. Ah,
And she
that's
actually, it's something that was quickly shown, so you probably missed it. I missed it the first few times I watched it. But when we see her hang herself, apparently she actually pisses herself.
What?
Oh Jesus Christ! Jesus! Oh wow! I
Yeah,
would
they
have
actually
gone.
show a little bit of pee going down her leg in like the last
Ew,
shot.
Ew, what the
ew, ew,
fuck?
ew, 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 ew.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I read that online and I did not notice that. I was
Well,
like, what?
I'm happy I didn't notice that, but
Yeah,
okay.
me too.
Well, thank you, Mass. You just cursed me. Information I couldn't live without. But okay. Oh, well. Oh god damn it! They're such a good couple, but what a tragic ending.
No, they're not a good
Jeez.
couple. One of them puts the other into a life or death situation because she, yeah, get like I said, it's like her kink. That's not
She
good.
she didn't know. She didn't know that 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 would happen. That God damn it! Give
What?
just let the lesbian chick have her kinks, man. We
You can
don't
have
judge
whatever
you, man.
kink you want as long as it doesn't inconvenient other people. I would say that kink is very inconvenient to Vice Winter Prison, even if she doesn't know it.
Uh, At least not until until Farf dropped the microphone.
What did he do?
He he told all the magical ghosts that they need to reduce the amount.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't that inconvenient until then.
Well, she also did it before that. I mean, she confronted Calamity Mary, like
Ah, right.
before the entire like survival game was a thing.
Yeah, right.
So that was already a thing before.
Yeah. Huh. Huh.
So
Yeah. Yes, she's a bad person.
yeah.
Good thing that she hanged herself.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh.
I mean, she could have gone out in a blaze of glory. Like she should have went after Swim with like vengeance for Vice for my lover or something. But it's not as dramatic as her hanging herself with the
It's
scarf
not
of
that.
her dead lover.
Damn it. Jesus Christ. Now I'm just sad, man. Oh.
Well, you
Oh.
won't be sad anymore because we are going to the next subject. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
What power would
Yeah.
you have as a magical girl? Okay,
What?
so the way that this magical system seems to work is that you don't actually choose your own powers, but it's based on your subconscious.
Okay.
So
Uh,
yeah, so you can actually choose your magical powers, but based on who you are as a person, like your dreams or your personality, you get some sort of magical power.
mm,
So yeah,
that's a hard one.
yeah. So it might not be what you expect.
What would I have?
I'm
What is my
thinking
subconscious?
maybe you would have some kind of power, like you could turn drawings into like real or something.
That would be
I'm not
cool.
that skilled. I'm not that fucking skilled, man.
Doesn't have to be good
Thanks, but I'm not
drawings.
that.
But you still like drawing though, so
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I
could be a
like
power.
drawing, but fine, all right. Yeah, I know you, Mess. You would have the perfect comeback for everything.
Is that a magical power?
Yeah, you would have the perfect comeback for everything, and also if it's physical comebacks.
Oh, so with
So if
what?
someone,
What?
yeah, is if someone tries to hurt you in some way, you can make a comeback. You will be hurt, but you can make a comeback that's even worse than that.
That doesn't sound that useful in the long run. If I also get hurt by it.
If you survive the first hit.
Yeah, but what if I'm fighting like 5 enemies at the same time?
Ooh. You can make a comeback for each of them.
Yeah, but if I
It,
also get hurt 5 times, then I might be done.
yeah,
Yeah, but
just
you
wear
don't
armor.
you don't need a power that like can make you immortal, you know.
Kind of like
Oh,
Hardcore Alice. I like
yeah.
her. Like she was basically invincible until she wasn't.
Hmm?
Like the Alice in Wonderland girl, the one Dark Alice in
Oh,
Wonderland
yeah,
girl.
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
Yeah, like she survived becoming a blob of
yeah.
I don't know skin or something, and getting put into a barrel and down into the river. Like it's amazing she got out of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know about your subconscious, but your power would be that your animals would just attack. You would have snakes in your in your what is it called, the in your scarves, and and birds in your hood, in your hoodie, and they would just fly out.
I was
like
actually
like
gonna say something like that because
uh,
my mom,
uh,
she really thinks, and it's not like I'm dead serious. She really thinks I'm an animal whisperer, you know? Like she
uh,
really thinks so. So I was also thinking something like, you know, like talking to animals or some shit.
Hmm.
it's a bit sad that Snow White is already taken. Your name would be Snow Black, because no Snow Red, because you make everything, you make the snow red with animal with the animals killing everybody.
What?
Snow Red.
What would your
Th-
magical girl name then be, Bloody?
Oh, me, it will be.
It would be a discus name.
I would have I would have probably have something. I
No,
would probably have
definitely
something.
a discard name for real.
Yeah, meteoric.
Yeah.
So
Oh, the
good.
magical girl, Meaty Eric.
Meteoric.
Wow.
So good. And the best thing about it, they wouldn't know anything of what my powers would be. They would have no idea. Also,
Or if
maybe
you
my
suppose if your powers were just like meat, like shooting meat out of your fingertips or
shooting
something
meat. I'm a
nasty.
vegetarian and I'm shooting meat.
Oh, the irony.
Oh,
It would be good though.
yeah. It would be it would be very weird. What would your name mass be?
I have no clue. I'm not good with names generally,
Uh,
so
hmm.
I think think a name would just be like either the name you use on like Steam and Discord
Or
and
if it
What horror
YouTube.
AVG?
Yeah.
Doesn't flow
Or
that well
it would
when
it
you
would
say it
just
in
be mess. Just mess.
mess.
Yeah.
I'm the magical girl mess.
girl, yeah.
So my magical transformation will be mess.
Man,
Yeah, something like that. The defender of justice mess.
It's like that Rhine where some guy is playing a game, and it's one of those games that's like saying your name, the name you chose, and it's just Dennis. It's a really serious scene, and it calls
Yes.
him Dennis.
Dennis. The hero, Dennis.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah.
And I just realized that I forgot to make a next time. So this
Oh.
yeah this will be the screen that we are going to look at while Anne, it's your time to shine. What are we gonna watch next time?
Oh, I'm this close to just saying Tokyo Mew Mew, just you know, fuck with you, mess.
All
But
right.
I think this time we're going to watch Fruit Basket, the first version, not the second version.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's only like 16 episodes.
Yay! Yeah. Awesome. I waited for a excuse to watch that one. Cool.
Me too, exactly. Like I've just like wanted an excuse because my friend really likes it, and she's been asking me for years, like 10 years or something ridiculous, to watch this show.
Well, it is a classic that I actually haven't watched. So
You haven't watched it?
no, I actually haven't.
You have
It's one
like
of those
watched
animes that
everything, Matt.
I haven't watched everything, but I watched a lot,
Okay.
and it's one of those that come up in conversations a lot, and I've seen it everywhere. But for
Yeah.
some reason, I don't know, never come into a situation where I've watched it.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it a harem? Reverse
I think it's
harem?
something like every time they get a hug, they turn into an animal.
What?
And I don't know what the rest of the story
What?
is. I just know that they turn into animals for some reason, and it's
What?
weird.
Well, apparently it has something to do with the animals that they're turning into has to do with the Chinese zodiac.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Okay, so it's about a girl called Toru Honda, who's an orphan, who, after meeting Yukikyu and Chigura Soma, learns that 13 members of the Soma family are possessed by the animals of the Chinese zodiac and are cursed to turn into their animal forms when they are weak, stressed, or when they are embraced by anyone of the opposite sex that is not possessed by a spirit of the zodiac.
needs to be with the opposite sex.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to watch that.
And we're watching the first one.
Yeah. The second one is like really long, like 90 episodes.
Alright.
So the first one is way easier to watch.
I also think that's the one that's like the famous one.
The what?
The
Like the
finished.
famous one. So when
Sorry.
Oh,
everyone
the
is referring to Fruit Basket, they're referring to the original one, not the new
Oh,
one.
yes, that one. Yeah.
And
Cool.
I just found Fruit Basket on the regular site that I use, and it says it has 26 episodes here.
The what?
And I found Fruit Basket on the regular website I use, and it says it has 26 episodes.
Are you sure it's the original one? Because I think it was only 16.
It should be, but I can double check on Wikipedia on how many episodes it has. Yeah, it has 26 episodes.
Oh, crap.
But you're right in that the second anime has 63 episodes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, you
Should we
need to
watch
find out.
them like half of Fruit Basket or something?
You need to find out when it makes sense.
Usually, when it's 26 episodes, then it's usually into like two story arcs. So
Yeah.
you just
You
have
need
to
to find
figure
out where
it's probably
the story
around the like episode
Oh,
12 or 13. Probably usually
yeah.
around there, but it could be different.
We can look into that afterwards.
Yeah, we have 3 very clever people here. We'll all look into it, and then the first one who comes up with an answer can put it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and comment down below. And then we'll see you next time with Fruit Basket. So, bye.
Bye bye.